What's going on, everybody? Well, don't mind my mess. So I'm looking at moving some stuff around here, and I'm thinking about this tuner here. I've never really used it. I tested it. I found that it kind of worked a little funny. Um, so I did actually have it open. I did check some stuff and found cold solder joints and stuff. So I've got this amplifier here. That's the main one that I use. I was running this one for quite a while because I want to just make sure that the tubes don't get gassy or anything like that. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I've often heard that tubes don't like to sit for a long amount of time without being used. So then I have this tuner here, and this one is a modified tuner to where I can put it in bypass, and it will bypass. It will go to coax 1. There's also the long wire setting in coax 2. Normally what it does is it just goes to a connector on the back that says bypass. I do have LEDs inside of here to illuminate the meter. But the way that this tuner works is you've got forward and set, and you would put a carrier into it and put it on set, and then adjust for the reflected here. So you got to push that in, and it's kind of confusing. So anyway, you get high and low reflected in SWR, and it's not exactly the same thing, but when you put it in set, you can adjust it to here with the sensitivity knob, and this will be dependent upon the power range that you're going to use. And then I guess you take it out of set, and if it's in reflected, it will show you how much is reflected. And if you put it in SWR, it'll show you actual SWR. But I don't think that's actually true. I think what it's designed for is they just added an extra switch because you need to set the forward here, and it needs to be on reflected when you set it, I guess. I don't know. So you're setting that scale. But there's a reflected meter and a forward meter, and it's RMS. The tuner works great. I did have a problem with it inside of there where the straps were too close to each other, and it had developed an issue around 40 or 160 meters, and melted some of the phenolic plastic because it was like arcing into the back of a screw, and it heated it up. So these are really good tuners, and they have a nice roller inductor. Mine does have some quirkiness to it, but it seems to work really well. And there is a ballon in there, but it looks a little underwhelming. Maybe that's not the right word. It looks a little wimpy. I don't think I'd want to run 1,000 watts through it. I don't think I'd really want to run 500. I think it's a voltage design. I'm not really sure. Over the years, I think most of the older tuners had voltage balance in them, and then they would have something else. I'm not a big fan of using a ballon at all, no matter what. I'm definitely not in the tuner, but I definitely think that get on the radio, do what you got to do to make it work, and then figure out what you can do to improve it. But if you don't have to run compromised stuff, then don't. So anyway, this tuner's cool, but there's certain parts of the band where I can operate without a tuner at all. And so also what a lot of guys don't tell you, and a lot of the older guys know this, but the output of an amplifier is basically a tuner. You're matching the impedance of the tubes to the impedance of the antenna, and that's what the tune and the load and all that is for. So the tuned input's completely different. Some amplifiers didn't even have that. So anyway, if you're off by a little bit with an amplifier, you can adjust your tune and your load to match the antenna's impedance, and then the amplifier will produce maximum power. The input of the amplifier still looks like 50 ohms if you have a tuned input, so the radio won't care, and you don't need to use the tuner. You can use the amplifier. So, a lot of people don't realize that. And in some amplifiers, you can key down the amplifier of the foot switch like I do, and you can adjust the tune and the load back and forth. And when you don't have the radio keyed up, and it's just the amplifier keyed up, you can hear the receive change. So anyway, that kind of lets you know if you're tuning closer to the antenna, because what you're doing is you're matching this thing to the antenna, and because the radio is not actually transmitting, it's actually receiving through the damn thing. So anyway, yeah. So what I want to do is I want to put that tuner down there and run it for a little while, and see if there's some problems with it. And I also want to move some radios around and stuff, and I want to get a better computer for video editing and stuff like that, and just not having to deal with this laptop in my way. And this laptop's actually supposed to be for like portable FT8 anyway. So I have these other rack mounted ones. The one that's got Linux on it that I installed that came from a Hamfest, and I've got another computer over there. Got stuff everywhere. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll put one of them down here, or maybe I'll put one of them here. Maybe I'll pull the 3000 out of here, and maybe I'll pull a bunch of these radios out of here. I want to get my work area a little bit better for doing things rather than just like a whole bunch of radios. But one thing you definitely want to do is get that tuner swapped out, try this other one up here, and then I've got a guy that's coming at the end of the month to come buy the Heath kit, so I should have room over there. And I don't know about any of the other stuff, but I mean, definitely could put them away and get them out of here and make some more room. So anyway, I'm going to do that in a little bit. So just a little Ham Shack update, and on this Father's Day of 2024. I hope you guys are all having a good Father's Day. And anyway, I just went out there and cooked a bunch of hamburgers and put cheese on and melted them, and went and ate my food and went back about doing what I was doing. So we didn't want to make a big deal out of anything today, just another day really for me. So in fact, I just kind of wanted to stay low key. I ordered some stuff for the kids. It was kind of funny because she was joking. She's like, oh, here you are ordering stuff for them. And it's not even, it was something to do with Father's Day, but she told my youngest one, well, yeah, Daddy's ordering you guys stuff, and tomorrow's Father's Day, so I ordered them some little retro Nintendo things that have like where you can load, I think, the Retro Pi type of stuff. They've got an SD card. So for me, Father's Day is kind of like appreciating my kids and family and stuff like that, and because without them I wouldn't be a dad. And and my little boys, they made me cards with crayons and paper, and they drew pictures of radios on the cards. It's pretty cool. So my 5-year-old and 7-year-old, yep. So anyway, I'm gonna start moving some stuff around, and 6:30, so about another hour people will start getting on the radio, and I'm gonna get on a different radio and see if anybody notices, and play some musical radios. Catch you guys later.